Hello everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Homecrop Explore with Shilpa. Guess where I am today? Siddipet. This is one of the most ideal cities of Telangana and I've been wanting to come here for a very long time. The reason being, I shall explore with you all. I am here to explore Swachha Badi. Swachha Badi is the only solid waste management school in Telangana, an initiative by the most inspiring and glorious politician Harish Rao garu. Namaskaram.
Namaste Andy.
Thank you so much for being on our show. మీ గురించి చాలా విన్నాను. You have an amazingly inspiring political career and consequently you won hearts more than won votes. I wanted to ask you, what do people really look for in a leader?
Leader means it is not just development of some roads or constructing some buildings. Leader means you have to become family member of every household of your constituency. So it will become a second house of your family.
Okay.
So normally as we treat our wife and children, like you need to treat your constituency as your family. When you feel like that, you can deliver it. It is not just implementing the government program, or it is not just building some roads or this thing.
Right.
Ultimately, how you develop your family, how you groom your children, you need to groom your constituency and you need to develop your constituency in that perspective. Normally, your children, you want that he should become a doctor, or he should become an engineer, or he should become a scientist. Any father will think that his children should grow more than him.
That's right.
Any father feels that, any parents feels that ultimately their children and their family should be in a better position in the future.
Right.
Like a constancy, you have to think the living standards. See, normally now after Telangana government, Chandrasekhar Rao garu made, so there is no water problem, there is no power problem, good infrastructure has come up, road connectivity has improved like anything. In many parameters you are seeing very good change.
That's
like
right.
Every village of this state, almost 12,700 villages are there. Now every village of the state is having a dump yard, and every house of the state is connected with a safe drinking water facility. Every consumer of the state is getting 24/7 quality power. And every village we have constructed a Vaikunta Dhamam. Like our CM has set some standards and accordingly we are working. So likewise now CM Garu is thinking for green cover development. So that is more important. Tomorrow technology is improving, you can construct more faster the buildings or any infrastructure, but not the trees, but
Correct.
not the air. So for that you need to concentrate. See, our CM has continuously is driving since last 7 years for improving the green cover. So if you see in my constituency Siddipet also, we drive it continuously. So we had ourselves, we have decided for some targets like dustbin free city. See, in many towns you see, in every corners you will have big dustbins. People will throw their everything. So 100% we collect the waste from every household in 3 phases, in 3 manners, like dry waste, wet waste and hazardous waste. In 3 manners we collect, and we have decided certain days. Slowly we molded the people. Now people in 7 days a week, 3 days they take dry waste, 3 days wet waste and 1 day hazardous waste. So that will be treated properly. Normally the country, our whole globe is facing about this dump problems. So for that we want that dump yard free town.
Okay.
So no wastage should go to the dump yard. Ultimately 55,000 kgs of waste is coming out from this town. So it per month it is around 15 lakh
Right.
kgs. So if you go on dump it in a dump yard, how much area you need, how much of waste you are going to dump. So then we have decided to go for a dump yard free town. So slowly we started educating the people. We are saying that you only convert your wet waste into soil composting. So home compost, ward compost, lane compost. Slowly we developed like that. So with that, what is happening? Some people have started doing their home composting, and they are with that compost. They are growing vegetables, some fruits, and some flowers in their dabas and terrace gardens. They started developing. So in some of the wards, all the wet waste we have developed in the middle of the ward itself, in the town itself. There we treat that wet waste into compost, and that compost will be sold. So wealth out of waste. So we started creating wealth out of this waste. Wet waste we are making it as a compost. Dry waste we are sending it for recycling. Paper will be sent for recycling of paper. Plastic will be sent for recycling of plastic. Hazardous waste we send to the cement factories, and where they will burn that in a high degree temperature. So that will be there. So ultimately there won't be any waste. So all the three wastes we have segregation, and the victory is there in segregation. Without segregation it is impossible. For segregation you need public cooperation. For public cooperation you need to educate them. To educate, as public representatives, of course our councillors, our officers, we go on telling the people. The meeting may be whatever is the function, whatever is the program, but we talk about the wastage. We talk about this segregation. So, and for that we have constructed a Swachha Badi. Normally, Badi means school, means everyone thinks that school children will go for school age children will go for school to study their class. But here this Swachha Badi, we take every citizen of the town, every child, every old age woman, men, everyone has to go to Swachha Badi, and they have to learn how your town should be there tomorrow. So if you want a Swachh town, if you want a Swachh Bharat, if you want a Swachh Telangana, then every citizen has to change themselves. They should take the responsibility. So if you are worried about your own house wastage, then what about the whole town wastage? How to treat? How do you want to give the better future for your children? It is not just giving some bungalows or some properties, or not giving some gold to the children is not the real property. The real property which we should deliver to your children is good weather, good health, good living standards, good water. These things are very important. Otherwise water is getting polluted, air is getting polluted, the sound levels or pollution levels are increasing. So ultimately, so what life you want to give to your children? So if you want to give a good life, it is not providing the wealth. It is, you need to provide a good atmosphere, safe cities. And we should start teaching the children. Like foreign countries, they teach the children the responsibilities. Here we only think about you become doctor, you should become IITian. Then we all keep them in training, coaching, classes, tuitions, one after one. Just we will force them to become some doctor or engineer or whatever. But whereas simultaneously you have to be a good citizen. Simultaneously you have to train them to be a responsible citizen. So I think there we are missing. Now the governments and the school managements, we should definitely think that we should make them to be a responsible citizen. You need to change the children from the childhood days only. Otherwise, it is not that easy to change them when after they grow. See, we see some open lands. All the apartmentarians and the building owners, they simply throw the waste into the side by open plot. So it is not correct. They should feel responsible. Every day morning, that municipal people are coming and they are collecting the dry and wet waste. You need to give it to the vehicle, but you should not throw to the vacant plant. So when we go to parks, children eat ice creams and kukuruke or some chips, and they throw it in the park itself. There are dustbins. You should teach the children, you should not throw. Like how do you treat your house? You have to treat your park, you have to treat your village, you have to take care of your town. when it is not safe, when your house is safe, you are not safe. When your town is safe, then you are safe. That responsibility we need to build in the children from childhood days.
Are you planning to replicate the Swachh Badi concept in other cities
Definitely,
and
any
towns?
good thing. See, this I have learned from Bangalore.
Okay.
Bangalore city, they started. When I came to know, I studied, I understood, then I replicated in Siddipet. So once, definitely, there are good people, there are enthusiastic public representatives, definitely they will take from here. Somewhere, some idea will come, that will be definitely where good things will be replicated, and I definitely feel that this Swachh Badi will be replicated in other towns. Our idea behind this Swachh Badi is only to educate the people. So it is not just by speech, seeing is believing. Like
Correct.
that, if they really come and see, nobody believes, no? Normally, the whole wastage which is coming out of these households is treated in your own colony, in your own house. So when they see, oh, it's very simple, it is possible, then they started believing and then they started doing.
Right.
So initially we have some difficulties, but slowly, the continuous effort, we are getting very good cooperation from the people.
You answered all my questions in one single question. Thank you so much. I'm super excited to see what all happens here. So let's go and explore. Hello Deepthi Garu, thank you for inviting me to your Swachh Badi. So I want to know in your own words what is happening here.
బడి అనగానే చాలా మందికి ఏంటి బడి అంటున్నారు అని చాలా ప్రశ్నార్థకం. బట్ ఇక్కడ స్వచ్ఛ బడిలో చాలా మందికి వేస్ట్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ స్కిల్స్, అంటే బడిలో నార్మల్గా 6 సబ్జెక్ట్స్ పైన అవగాహన పెంచితే మన స్వచ్ఛ బడిలో లైఫ్ స్కిల్స్ ఇవ్వడం నేర్పించడం జరుగుతుంది. సో మన సిద్దిపేట స్ఫూర్తి ప్రదాత హరీష్ రావు గారి నేతృత్వంలో ఈ స్వచ్ఛ బడి శ్రీకారం చుట్టబడింది. సో తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం ఏర్పడ్డాక మనం ప్రతి గ్రామాల్లో చూసుకున్న, ప్రతి పట్టణాల్లో చూసుకున్న చాలా చోట్ల తడి చెత్త నుంచి వర్మి కంపోస్ట్ తయారు చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ స్వచ్ఛ బడిలో మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా సంవత్సరంన్నర కిందట మనం వార్డ్ లెవెల్ కంపోస్ట్ అనేది ఏర్పాటు చేయడం జరిగింది. సో అది ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది చూద్దాం.
So this is the first stage.
Yeah.
And this stage is called?
Yeah, ward compost.
Ward composting.
Ward
And
level compost.
Ward level composting. So the garbage comes here segregated and then you start composting here.
Yeah.
We are here at vermicompost station. Vermicompost is done by using microorganisms and earthworms, and the moisture levels has to be maintained so the dry and wet waste when mixed together becomes black gold in some time. Let's go and see how it's done, and I think I can also see some black gold readily available right there. If you see, this is most valuable thing for our planet to grow our food, and no wonder this is called black gold, full of nutrition, full of nourishment for the plants and full of microorganisms. So we are here at Swachh Badi Goshala, and there's a beautiful cow named Gauri. Why do they have a Goshala here? Because the cow dung is one of the main components which helps to speed up the composting. I'm also here to meet an eminent personality, Ramnachari Garu, a municipal commissioner, and he has something to say about Swachh Badi. Namaskaram, Ramnachari Garu. Really happy to meet you, Andy. Can you please explain what is your role in Swachh Badi?
మన ఇంటి నుంచి వచ్చే ప్రతి వేస్ట్కి ఇక్కడ సొల్యూషన్ అనేది ఇక్కడ చూపబడ్డది. మరి దీనికి సుమారుగా ఒక ₹1 కోటి దాకా కూడా ఖర్చు పెట్టుకోవడం జరిగింది. ముఖ్యంగా దీని వెనుక బ్యాక్గ్రౌండు సరే బెంగళూరులో శాంతి మేడం అని చెప్పేసి వారి దగ్గర ఇన్నోవేటివ్ కార్యక్రమం నడిచింది. మన దగ్గర నుంచి కొంత కౌన్సిల్ బృందం వెళ్ళటం వారు చూడటం అక్కడిది ఇక్కడ రెప్లికేట్ చేద్దామని చెప్పేసి దానికి భిన్నంగా నేషనల్ లెవెల్లోనే ఇండియాలోనే ఒక బ్రహ్మాండమైన బడిని ఇక్కడ ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవడం జరిగింది. ప్రతి వేస్ట్కు తడి చెత్తను ఏ విధంగా మనము రీసైకిల్ చేస్తాం, ఎరువు కింద తయారు చేస్తాం, ఎరువు తర్వాత మళ్ళీ దాని ప్రక్రియ ఏ విధంగా చేస్తాం, ఏ విధంగా కూరగాయలు పండించుకుంటామని చెప్పేసి శ్రేష్టమైన నాణ్యమైన సేంద్రియ ఎరువు ఏ విధంగా చేసుకుంటామని కూడా చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. అదేవిధంగా పొడి చెత్తకు సంబంధించేసి కూడా ఏ రకాలైన యాక్టివిటీస్ చేస్తారు, ఒక ప్లాస్టిక్ పేపర్ని ఎన్ని రకాలుగా మనం వాడుకోవచ్చు అని చెప్పేసి కూడా ఇక్కడ చూపించడం జరుగుతుంది. దానికి సంబంధించిన టౌన్లో 2 డ్రై రిసోర్స్ సెంటర్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి, ఏర్పాటు చేసుకున్నాం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Swachh Badi is a school for everyone. Anyone from age group of 8 to 60 can come and learn the life skill of making your filth into wealth. So this is a beautiful unit, a classroom where you can learn how to compost your own home kitchen waste. Though I compost my waste at home, I did not know until I came here the different kinds of varieties of composting your waste. There is twin drum composter, there is small kamba, there is vapra the composter, stone soup, do it yourself. There's so many ways to compost your kitchen waste. This place will really empower you to segregate your waste and also make wealth out of filth. So today I am at a classroom that teaches you how to manage your solid waste. This is so exciting because this is the need of the hour when the entire world is going through a big issue with waste management because of the landfills and choking of the oceans. So this classroom is where people learn different ways of composting, segregating and how to manage our own waste. If you see, these chairs are very interestingly made, again everything from recycled materials. This is a drum converted and made into a beautiful chair for the classrooms. So this classroom is digitally equipped by all the knowledge put together by Shanthi.
I am Dr. Shanthi Tummala, member of Solid Waste Management Roundtable, Bangalore. We've been working in the space of solid waste management since a decade with the vision of creating zero landfill cities. We have launched many campaigns like 2 bin 1 bag, Swachhagraha, Trashonomics and Swachhagraha Compost Connect. These campaigns created a great momentum and attracted a lot of citizens across India. With the success of these campaigns, we have dreamed to build a solid waste management school which gives experiential learning for communities to think about their waste. Swachhagraha Kalika Kendra of Bangalore or Swachha Badi of Telangana were established this way. Swachha Badi in Telangana is one of its kind solid waste management school. This school teaches you end-to-end concepts on why to segregate and how to achieve it by urban local bodies or panchayats. It also teaches you how to compost and why to compost at different levels of home composting to community composting. It teaches you why to refuse and reuse before recycle. It also talks about different sustainable menstruation options and why to choose them. It also teaches Trashonomics. Why is it important for the next generation to learn it as a part of academics? We can also learn why and how to grow safe food and many more. This school is a must visit place for school students to college students, homemakers to corporates, policy makers to bureaucrats, citizens to politicians, men or women. I request everyone to visit Swachha Badi without fail, enjoy the learning and make a difference in your personal life, at your communities and in your cities.
So one more exciting thing about this place is there are many volunteers who come here, get inspired and learn and also go out and teach what they learned here. We have one such volunteer who would talk about sustainable menstruation. Hi Soumya.
Hi, ma'am.
So can you talk a little bit about sustainable menstruation?
We recently we came to know basically the segregation of waste into two, right? The wet waste and dry waste. So, but the 5% reject waste where we include the menstruation pads, which include a lot of plastic and toxins. So, for that we need to replace it with the sustainable menstruation that includes cloth pads and menstrual cups.
Okay. So you're learning how to use and help others use menstrual cups?
Yes.
Okay.
And we even tell regarding those also. And we even educate the people over in our wards too.
Okay. So you're basically empowering women
Yes,
to, bring less wastage and less landfills through the sanitary pads and adopt more sustainable practices.
We established cloth pads manufacturing over here in our wards, and even we give a women empowerment to them.
Okay. So you actually manufacture cloth
Pads.
pads
Yes.
along with educating how to use menstrual cups.
Yes, exactly. More than 21 years, we even educate how to use these menstrual cups.
I've spoken about this before, but after coming and seeing what work Swachha Badi does to empower women to be sustainable through menstruation, I was extremely excited and encouraged to talk about this. We women think that we do not have a choice but to use the sanitary pads, but we do have options. There is menstrual cup and there is cloth pads, which will limit the landfills, the kind of garbage which takes years to decompose or degenerate. So it is really empowering for all the women to adopt these methods, and also a lot of them can save a lot of money by using these.
Mixed garbage is the biggest challenge any municipality or any panchayat or any state is facing today. That is because we mix everything and dump them in the landfills. The mixed garbage in the landfills is the reason for toxic soil, toxic air and toxic water. For that humongous problem of mixed garbage, this is a simple solution. 2 bin 1 bag is the way of segregation which works. It is tested, proven and achieved. It can work at household level, to communities, to institutions, to the city level.
ఈ పర్యావరణ కాలుష్యం అనేది ప్రభుత్వాల బాధ్యత అని ప్రజలు అనుకుంటున్నారు, కానీ ప్రజలది కూడా బాధ్యత ఉంది. అందులో ఇక్కడ ఒక 8 మంది వాలంటీర్లుగా ఏర్పడి మేము ప్రజలకు అవగాహన కల్పించడం, వాళ్ళ లోపాలను చెత్త చేయడంలో ఏ లోపం జరుగుతుంది అనేటివి చెప్పడం, రెగ్యులర్గా క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ కావడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఈ డిజిటల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ వలన మనం వాళ్ళకి అవగాహన, ప్రతి వార్డు మెంబర్స్కి అవగాహన కల్పించడం. ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఈ వార్డుకి సంబంధించి 39వ వార్డుకి సంబంధించి 1 టన్ను చెత్త రోజు వస్తుంది. ఆ చెత్తను, తడి చెత్తను మనము ఎరువుగా మార్చుకొని సేంద్రియ ఎరువుగా మార్చుకుంటున్నాం. సేంద్రియ ఎరువుగా మార్చుకొని మనం ఇక్కడ కూరగాయలు, కూరగాయలు, పండ్ల మొక్కలను పెంచుకొని వాటిని పెంచడం వలన వాళ్ళకు ఒక అవగాహన ఏర్పడి, ప్రజల్లో ఒక అవగాహన ఏర్పడి వాళ్ళు ఇళ్లలో పెంచుకోవడానికి తగిన విధంగా మనం ఇక్కడ ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది.
So what I noticed here is everyone is extremely inspired by Harish Rao garu, and they treat this as a developing life skills place where every citizen is taught how to manage their own waste, segregate in 3 ways. Most of the cities do 2-way segregation. They do three-way segregation: wet waste, dry waste and hazardous waste. And they teach you how to segregate and manage your own waste. Hope you all enjoyed watching this episode, and I hope every one of you is motivated to segregate your waste and manage your waste. See you all next time. Stay tuned for more updates. Signing off, Shilpa Reddy.